Hey,
Hi.
so you're going back to work soon, aren't you? Back in the office.
Yes, soon.
Do you know when?
September is when most places reopen offices.
I can imagine you've got quite used to working from home as well.
Yes. For me specifically, it's been an amazing experience to work from home.
That sounded very scripted.
Well, I just enjoyed it too much. I remember the first day when they told us, of lockdown, pack up your things, just go after lunch, and I was thinking, yes, that's going to be like at least maybe like 3-4 days a week at home. I can work next to you, and I was just like so excited because I've never experienced it. And then when it started rolling into weeks and
And then
months,
and then after a year,
and
it's like, oh, Phil, I've got to work next to Phil.
no. I was thinking, oh, I don't want this to ever end. It was like, I just enjoyed so much. I really do.
So do you actually have to go back into the office then, or is it an option then?
I've been a few times back into the office, but not permanently at all. No, it wasn't an option because they kept saying whoever can work from home to continue working from home. That was the guidance.
I think that working at home, the pros definitely outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
Or from the research that I've read anyway. And I don't know if that research was skewed in the favour of people working from home or not. But as someone who has worked both in the office and at home during the pandemic time, what do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely think from home. They are bigger.
Are you talking
Pros.
selfishly, or are you talking actually from a business point of view?
From a business point of view, oh, I don't know. Like in our organization, they said that they have concluded that we are working as well from home as we
Yeah.
would from the office.
I've read that, yeah.
So from their point of view, but then again, I think that each organization and each manager ideally would like to probably keep an eye on you 8 hours a day.
Yeah, I've read as well that when people work from home, it dramatically reduces the amount of middle management needed. Because you've got no one over your shoulder, have you? No one coming constantly to check what you're doing. Is that how it works for you? I mean, how do people check what you're doing when you're working from home?
Well, I've always said that. I think it depends on the job that you do, but with my job, you don't need to check because like I'm not a manager. I'm not in a managerial level. So when my manager gives me things to do, she would know if I haven't done them because I'll have to give her back the result.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But some people do say that they find that it's more difficult to manage people. That's what I've heard from people who are in managerial positions.
Yeah, and like you say there as well, I think that as long as if you give somebody a set of work to do, and as long as that work is done, I don't think it matters where that work's done.
No,
you could be
I
sat
agree.
on a beach, in a car, at home,
Yeah.
in the office. I don't think it matters at all. But in the case of where you work, or in the case of a lot of places that have redone their premises just before COVID, I think they want to get their money's worth from the actual buildings.
Yeah.
Because a lot of building work has gone into your place, hasn't it?
Yeah, and not only mine. I mean, people sometimes, businesses that are growing, because my one is like medium-sized organization, so there was already, premises there. But smaller businesses that are growing and have just, for example, taken the leap of faith to buy a building or build a building.
It's a shame.
Yeah, and you continue, even if you're renting, you moved into a bigger place, you're under a contract, so you have to continue paying regardless.
Yeah, that's the downside, I suppose. People companies who have forked out thousands, if not millions of pounds on buildings that are now sat there empty. What about motivation? Do you not think that's something that's severely hindered from people working at home? Because when you're working in the office, you've got also not just working, but about students as well. They go to university to get the student culture, don't they? To get the experience of mixing with students and stuff. Isn't the same thing said about working? Don't you go to work to get the work culture, mix with people, socialise, kind of thing?
I think what I've heard most is that people who are, I guess, more communicative than me,
Right.
they miss. That's the first thing that they'll say that they miss is talking to other people in the office, going to the kitchen, making a cup of tea. Wasting some time there and stuff, catching up with different people, which you can do on the computer, but you mainly talk. I mean, I talk to my colleagues all the time, and we catch up as well. But I think you do that only with the people that you work immediately, and sometimes in a wide, big space, open space offices, you catch up with people that you don't work all the time. So people miss that. I think that's a big thing. And yes, student experience is very important. But I think if I was a student, because when I was a student I was a bit shy, I probably would have enjoyed this, but for a specific period of time. I wouldn't want to do my whole 4-year undergraduate course from home. But if it's like for a year, 6 months to a year, I'll be okay.
What about mental health as well? Because we've just spoke about people who have had a preference to speaking with people. But I suppose there are some people, I mean, us two, we're okay because we've got each other. What about some people who are out there who don't have other people, and they're sat in their like 1-bedroom apartment underneath in a basement somewhere, and you know I've got an image in my mind of like a train that's running over their house, and every 5 minutes their apartment vibrates.
And then it's dead silence.
And it's dead silence. No, they've got the tap dripping in the background.
Okay. It's a bit spooky.
It's very spooky. It's very dramatic. Anyway, what about that sort of person? You know, mental health wise, they still need.
Yeah, I think that's a completely different scenario. Yeah, I think it's probably affected just everyone very differently. But if I was alone in the house the whole time, I would not have enjoyed it. So I agree with you.
My conclusion on this, after our brief little discussion, is that there should be a choice.
Yeah.
Because it's been proven that it works, that productivity is equal to, if not more so, from people working at home, and people's mental health on either sides of the coin, because you're saving lots of time travelling, and you know, some people don't like travelling, some people don't like going out there and whatever, so you're saving all that time. Mental health for a lot of people working at, I've seen you blossom working at home. And not to say that the people who you've worked with in the office were bad, but you're someone that your mental health I think has been better since you're working at home. But on the flip side of the coin, there are people out there who are completely opposite to you. So I think there should be a choice. Or if not a choice, I think there should be half the week in, half the week out, maybe.
I think that's what most companies are doing now. They're giving the choice, or they're trying to reintroduce. But they're not asking you to come back straight away full time if you're not a frontline worker, but just to do, as you say, a few days at home and a few days a week, which is how any kind of change would probably work best.
So, you've had a little insight into one of our little conversations. What do you think?
Yeah, what was your experience, and which one do you prefer?